Wow.
My MMR.
He's an anti-mage picker, man. You can say stuff like that. I'm not
Cinder,
even...
just to be clear, Cinderin's so much smarter about Dota than I, and he's probably better at the game than I am. No one think that's real. No one think that isn't a joke.
What's wrong with you, Cap? That guy's played at 3 TIs. Wait, did he play TI last year?
No.
No, 3 TIs. Okay, he's Alright, so we're getting into the game right now. EG versus Empire. Final game of the day. It's been a long one, folks. Empire kind of disappointing to me. The results are sort of average, and I don't expect that out of this team, right?
I mean, it depends on whether or not you take the previous performances of Empire at a TI.
No, there's
30 seconds to battle.
I don't take that.
I did not take that, and
Look what happened. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Maybe it's a nerves thing.
Still, though, I mean, Empire looked good in the first 15 minutes of that game 1. And they've got a draft. I actually really kind of like their draft. I feel like it's forced Evil Geniuses into something.
EG gonna fight this? They have so many bad level 1
I was about to say, they're dealing with an Undying. Attempted Fissure block to prevent these heroes from being able to get to the bounty room, but that's not going to happen. I think they just kind of assumed that the aggression was going to come out from Empire in the top lane.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
So they would just naturally go for the one hero pickoff at bottom.
This is gonna be hard for Sumail, because he has to run all the way. Oh no, he's gonna run into Aloha Dance too, who's just gonna right click him. And if he's forced to use a Remnant here, it's not even gonna hit. They're just gonna right click him. They're zoning him out of this.
Resolution is actually joining them. They
What's
really want to
going
fight
on?
this one. Oh, this is very weird, but Sumail's actually kind of stuck inside the pit. They managed to get the sleep on him here. They're just gonna right click down Sumail, and they get the first blood. Aloha Dance turns around, goes for the decay. Last couple of right clicks just here. Yeah, Aloha Dance is gonna try and go into the Roshan pit to deny himself, but those poison will actually finish him off. Farther down, always want to fly, chased away by PPD. What an awkward engagement. Silence now coming down. He's going to try and catch PPD as well. They have a sleep. Always want to fly. He'll get in range eventually. He's much faster. Oh, 5 minutes speed faster than PPD.
This is such an awkward engagement. They might actually just kill PPD though by the virtue of right clicks and.
Yeah, PPD doesn't have mana for a Fissure, so as long as they kind of stay in range of him, he's going to go for the deny on the neutrals. Light strike array and the right clicks. They get a secondary kill now. That was weird. That was very weird. But that was just because they chose to go for that kind of aggressive pick-off play at bottom.
Is this a support Silent? And to carry Bloodseeker being played by Yoki though, and off-lane Aloha Dance, everything is just messing with my head.
Yeah, they've got 5 stacks of Shadow Poison on the Bloodseeker. They gotta be really careful with this positioning. They're still trying to go on AUI. There goes the poison. Almost pops Yoki in the background there. In fact, Fear blinks forward and will be able to get a couple more right clicks. Yoki, poor man shield once. Yeah, he's got it. He's good. Silent. He went down. AUI is still alive. All right. So we have a very weird situation here where Silent, he's still going to be playing a core Lina, it seems.
Is he though? I mean,
I don't know.
Okay, so Yoki's going to the jungle. A lot of things. Okay, and AUI just suicides to Roshan. That's the Lamprecat strategy. I've used all my mana. I've got enough money for everything. Suicide.
So they're going very greedy, essentially. Like, jungling Bloodseeker is a greedy 4. They've got an off-lane Undying based up against Universe. Pretty favorable for the Undying.
Have you played that matchup before? I don't actually know.
I have played that matchup. You have to use Cogs a lot to burn through the Undying. Because you're a strength hero versus strength hero matchup. Like, naturally, Decay just gives you an advantage.
This is so weird, though. I'm not used to seeing any of the setups that they currently have. They finally rotate Yoki out of that bottom lane and into top, so I'm not quite sure what the original plan was there, but it looks like PPD is heading mid, but...
Okay, so the original plan was a dual lane of Bloodseeker Undying, I think. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And then they run a Bane-Lina duo, which obviously has a lot of kill power.
Yeah, but things just kind of went wonky,
crazy.
I guess, for the first.
Yeah. That's very weird. PPD is trying to set up for a kill on Resolution right now, but he just brought his bottle in. Plus, he's got 10 Magic Wand charges. This is 2 different heroes that went for super early Magic Wands. I'm not sure if just because we had a lot of fighting early on and they were able to go back to base and finish up the Magic Wand, but Resolution as well as Silent. Like, not just the Magic Stick, the full completed Magic form.
I think it's fine. You're eventually going to do that anyways.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good lead going into this matchup just because he got the first blood, I believe. So going into this is not bad at all.
No, it's just rather unique. Is the interesting thing.
The CS is kind of my issue right now because Sumail doesn't get slowed down by this that much because he got the kill. I think net worth the Dragon Knight leads because of the first blood and the bounty rune that he got and Sumail was unable to, but the overall lane, Sumail's doing just fine.
Aloha Dance actually going to come in for the Tombstone. They need to be able to get in range for the Dragon Tail. They will. Now the DK and the Tombstone start stacking up. Sumail actually keeps himself alive a little bit longer via his bottle. It still needs a couple more right clicks out. A Resolution comes forward with Breathe Fire, managing to finish off the hero. And AUI can't actually contest any further. If anything, Resolution's going to go for the kill because he has another Dragon Tail. Aloha Dance coming in. Double kill for Resolution. And Empire striking back hard here in game number 2.
And all of a sudden, Resolution 6 and he's,
oh my goodness,
taking a tower. This isn't even like a real, like something has happened where everybody just decided to play this game completely different than they typically do. Like AUI coming in there at the end, Resolution all of a sudden, despite struggling really hard in the lane when it came to CS, is very much on top of the net worth charts. It's hard to analyze what's going on because it's just so back and forth.
So much action. Bit of harassment there from the Fissure. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Silent is playing. Yeah, here is a Queen of Pain versus a Bane-Lina combination. This is incredibly dangerous. The Shadow Demon can't even do that much because you Bane sleep, you set it for the Light Strike Array. What happens if you fake out the Light Strike Array and he accidentally disrupts? Then you're actually just setting up the Lina again for a Light Striker. Oh, hookshot, actually catching Aloha Dance. That's not the hero. A two-man decay with the Tombstone over the top. Universe desperately trying to get away from this one. Aloha Dance should be fine. The Tombstone starts chasing away all of these heroes.
There's 4 EG heroes mid right now.
Dyer's
4 heroes mid,
tower
and they couldn't
is
actually win the
under
fight.
That's the power of Aloha Dance. Playing that Undying. Just getting multiple stacks of decay and just securing that Resolution has a good start. He's been untouched most of this game. And Sumail is struggling right now. He does have 32 CS, but those 2 deaths are really setting him far behind. And Resolution is 3-0 already, and this
Dyer's
is not the type of player that you want to give this confidence boost to.
Still waiting for the pickoff here in bottom lane. It's got to come soon. Silent has his level 6 coming in. Because again, I'm just with like AUI staying very far back, and I'm sure that like the first attempt they go for the sleep and the Light Strike Array, like the disruption will successfully dodge. But eventually there's like Empire gonna attack. There's gonna be that mind game.
Fear has to be careful up top. The Bloodseeker, because he's been left alone, he has 44 CS, and he was in the off lane. He's doing so well right now. Fear is not doing nearly as well. He's quite far behind when it comes to levels and farm. I don't even know if PPD can defend him here. If he misblinks him. This is going to mean that because PPD has to be a top in case the Bloodseeker goes there, because if PPD shows himself mid, I think that he just runs a
Dyer's middle
Fear
tower
top, right?
has
And then he just gets a kill. He's actually going to go for it, but Fear smartly brings himself a TP and doesn't overcommit for anything. He did that thing you were talking about too.
The blink way, instant move. Yoki is going to be caught here by Universe. Good rotation out from EG. They gave the middle tower, but they got the deny on it, and they also managed to kill the Bloodseeker, slowing down his inward. Very important.
Still has a pretty absurd amount of farm though. Now the time has passed where EG can safely kill the Dragon Knight. He's got 1,000 gold if he wants to. He could one creep away from being able to pick up his Ogre Club, and that would make him virtually unstoppable. And it looks like.
What about Shadowblade here for this?
That's what I was thinking. Just because of how early he would get it,
Dyer's
it would
bottom
create
tower
so
is under attack.
much discomfort for EG.
And
Radiant's
it's incredibly
middle
strong
tower is
versus
under attack.
the like intelligence cores, that these very mobile heroes who are dependent on their blinks.
Yes, I completely agree with that assessment, actually. I think that it would do a lot of work, but I don't know if you will do it. It's not the safest option.
It's a little bit risky.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
What about do you like the Glimmer Cape build? Glimmer Cape, break it apart, then go for the Shadowblade.
I think it's okay, but I just like the Shadowblade first if you're going to do that. It does make you incredibly tanky, though. It's a bit...
And it does
weird.
give you the invis factor a lot earlier.
Yeah, but...
Speaking of invis factor, Universe is coming in with a smoke. It's actually been slept up. No one's going to try and force that, though. At least I don't think so. PPD and AUI position very defensively.
Resolution's coming in with an invis rune, though, and EG, I think they know that this is coming because they had a ward, but AUI has to be really careful.
They've got Elder Dragon form. Even if he's like right in front of that tier 1 tower, Resolution could just pop the Dragon form from one.
PPD thought that he was going to go around.
Yeah, PPD gets caught, and good disruption save, but he's still PPD in a bad position. As we were talking about earlier, the disruption almost sets up
Radiant's
the
top
light strike
tower
array in a
is
lot
under
of
attack.
situations. Universe was thinking about a hook shot there earlier, but
Dire's
it's just too much.
structures are fortified.
Can't fight into the Undying,
Dire's
and another
bottom
tower will
is
end up
under
falling.
attack.
AUI gonna go for the deny. Not a
Dire's
chance.
bottom tower has fallen.
Empire are actually getting really farmed as a result of all these pushes. They've done good in the laning phase. They pretty much dominate the top 3 net worths. And it's not even very close, actually. If you
Yeah, the
look
Storm
at it.
Spirit, he's got like 2nd in CS, but he's still so far behind, even believe.
Empire decided to continue to push for this too. EG is going to be hard pressed to fend them off because they just don't have the levels right now.
Yoki moves
Radiant's
over.
middle
He's going to
tower
have
is under
his
attack.
Animitis soon with the amount of farm that they're picking up. Male, 2nd regeneration rune for him. Getting rather lucky in that regard.
Animitis in 100 gold.
Radiant's top tower is under
Should be able
attack.
to snowball heavily over the clock. This is not the Sumail that we've seen the last 3 or 4 games. He just had such a great start in the laning phase. That first blood and then the subsequent kills really seem to have just messed with his internal timings.
Fear's trying to make a recovery at the top lane. What's he going for? It's actually just a magic one. It's going to be. It's not even a real item. Empire going to go for the top lane push, it looks like now. Resolution's got another Elder Dragon form in 15 seconds. They seem to be very clean on their timings here. First Dragon form, taking the tier 1 middle, the bottom, the top. Very clear rinse and repeat.
All week long, we've actually seen the smoke into try to pick off the safe laner and then go for the push.
Yep.
But Empire is so comfortable with their lead, they don't even have to know what the net worth chart looks like to know that they're in the lead, right? So they're going to feel incredibly comfortable with this. And a Blink Dagger.
I love this. I mean, the Shadow Blade is an interesting choice. But this Blink Dagger, I think, gives him so many more opportunities early. BPD, and the Blink Dagger comes in, stops BPD from being able to TP away. Quick pick off there. Resolution's popped his ultimate. They start heading up to the top lane.
This is punishing. This means that nobody can be out of position for EG because he can pretty much throw the stun out and then they can one-tap. And this is so much more reliable than the Shadow Blade too. At this initiation, you can't really misjudge the range. You have to stay so far back if you're EG.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Evil Geniuses, all they can really do.
Radiant's
AUI's
bottom
pushed out that
tower is
bottom lane.
under
I really
attack.
question, though, again, if he was that greedy 4 position, you would say, okay, it's a trade-off, blah, 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 but how much is the Shadow even really going to give you? He does
Dire's
have the
top
maxed out
tower
Shadow
has
Poison,
fallen.
so that it conceivably
Radiant's bottom
can
tower
be a
is under
very big
attack.
factor, especially with the increase to 5 stacks of Shadow Poison being possible. It's just very unlikely.
Yeah, it's more that it just kind of feels underwhelming to give that amount of farm and that amount of space.
And smoke, but they run into low hunt immediately. They will be able to get the light strike array and try and blow up Universe. They didn't actually get off the tombstone, and Universe TPing out. Oh god, he almost made it out, but the last right click is there from Silent in time. Now Fear comes forward with his double damage. Silent, he does have a TP. AUI has the disruption as well. PPD's coming in with a Fissure. TP out from Bloodseeker. That gets out. I think they'll just be so happy. Only the Bloodseeker escapes. That's fine.
Dire's top tower
Silent
is
might
under
even get
attack.
out of this.
Wakes him up, and there goes the Sonic Wave. Now long jump over
Exquisite
from Sumail.
agony.
Always want to fly, though. Is far enough ahead. He will be fine.
EG are going to be really dissatisfied with only getting
Yeah. The fact
lead
the
up.
level 11 Bloodseeker escaped was a huge loss of experience for EG.
Empire got away relatively unscathed. They did lose the Undying, but they got the Clockwork in return. And the fact that they committed so heavily for that many heroes at that top lane makes this... Obviously, it's good for them because they kill Alina, but it does mean that Resolution just continues to farm during that time. Resolution's got an Ogre Club on top of that Blink Dagger, an absurd amount of farm. And I didn't even realize it, but you're right. Yoki's actually level 11 right now.
Yeah, I was just looking at the level difference between the two. Anybody's dead. Deader than a Doornail. Resolution, yet another Elder Dragon form. They can't really take tier 2 in middle, but maybe they can get a couple shots off.
Yeah, they don't have to all-in commit for pushes or anything like that, because even when it comes to the late game, because Yoki decided to go for this Midas so early, and it's paid off so many times, it's just, he's picking up such a level advantage over everybody on EG, and nobody from EG can really go for the split push because of this Blink Dagger picked up by Resolution. It's just too dangerous to get opened up on.
So the tower will be brought down.
Dire's structures
It's dropping
are
below
fortified.
half HP here, and the rest of
Dire's
Empire are
middle
backing up
tower is under
Resolution, so
attack.
even as Evil Geniuses start mounting a response. Dragon Form's going to run out, but I'm sure Empire are going to back up.
I think they can still hit this a few more times, and maybe even commit to this, because they're still probably going to get pretty comfortable.
Yeah, Universe goes to Silent. Resolution actually trying to blink inside, but doesn't quite make it. Fuel Scepter from Silent keeps him alive a little bit longer. The duel has the tremendously nice light strike array as he dies. Will be able to get the stun on the Universe, which ensures the kill. PPD actually got off his Echo Slam, but immediately Fiend's gripped up here. Blink forward to try and get more kills, but he just ends up going down as well. Nobody really drops it. Resolution's now behind Snail. Snail, though, has enough mana to be able to get away back with anything. Thinker about turning onto Resolution. He actually forced action Shadow Force through bye-bye. Fear comes back in. Empire, being too aggressive, go from not losing anybody really for that fight to dropping 3 more hero kills. All they lost was initially the Lina.
That looks so good initially for them, and the weird thing is that PPD just kind of walked in, waltzed right in, hit a huge Echo Slam on all of them.
And that still didn't make a difference. Like, Empire still could have won the fight and walked away at that point.
Yeah, and I think that they were trying to overcommit a little bit too hard, but if you're taking a look at the net worth, even that doesn't impact it too much. The Storm Spirit, who you expect to be ahead of the Lina, has just barely caught up to her. Even with the buyback from Fear, it doesn't make a big enough difference where it matters. I guess that it was a really good buyback, though. They got most of the heroes. The experience angle alone probably made that worth it. But still, I mean, EG just not being able to mount a full defense. And Empire have plenty of items that they can go that would completely shift this game. Like once Resolution gets a BKB, what can they really do on their supports? The same thing, I guess, exists with Yoki, who has 2.1k gold and managed to make it out of there without losing his life. And so things are going to be a little bit brutal for them once these things start to add up.
Ace Drune and a 2-man smoke. They've got the Fiend's Grip coming up in 4 seconds as well, so they find the right heroes quick blink away thanks to this ward right here. Laning phase ward is placed by Empire at the same time. There's an SMY for our Bloodseeker. The start of his mid-game builds is BKB is the next item.
Yeah, I think so.
Radiant's
I think you have
middle
to get a
tower
BKB.
is under attack.
That last fight demonstrated that, because you don't want the Clockwork to just lock you in and get his Blade Mail off. That's what the great thing about Blade Mail is that it forces you to get the BKB sooner than
Radiant's
you
bottom
fight.
tower is under attack. Dire's
Resolution,
top tower
he's
is
level
under
11
attack.
Dragon Knight. Level 2 Dragon Form will start doing its work on these tier 2 towers. Evil Geniuses will make
Radiant's
a trade out though.
bottom
They'll take the
tower
tier
is
1
under
bottom
attack.
at least.
Dire's top
It's not
tower
an
is
even
under
trade,
attack.
but it's the only thing the EG can get with this.
Yeah, you're perfectly okay with this. When you're behind any sort of trade, such as this, is okay, but everybody from... They're not even going to get a trade out of this.
Universe? Oh, he actually
Radiant's
missed it
bottom
sometime.
tower has been denied.
Missed that.
actually
Dire's
just gonna run
top
a
tower
universe,
is
but-
under attack.
Unable to find anything.
Resolution still has that haste and he's going to run down PPD here. Aloha Davis has a tombstone as well if they want to drop that one and force the fight right outside of the base. Resolution kind of trapped here. Oh dear, that was just a Fisher. There goes the tombstone, able to block out some of those trees and probably keeps Evil Geniuses at bay.
And Resolution actually gets most of the abilities. They know that almost all the ultimates are down now. Maybe they go for a fight. So Sonic Wave is actually a pretty significant one for EG to be able to fight. It's their main reliable AoE nuke. Yes, you can kind of rely on PPD, but how many times is Empire going to actually just let them walk into the middle of 4 of them like that again after it happens the first time? So now without the Sonic Wave, I actually don't think it's possible for EG to look for a fight. They don't have a Blade Mail on their Clockwork. there's not a whole lot they can do to
Dire's
stop
bottom tower is under attack.
Yoki, much less the Dragon Knight. So I think they actually give this up. PPT has to be careful because he has no idea that Resolution has this Blink Dagger, or
Dire's
this
bottom
Invis.
tower
Oh,
is under
Jesus,
attack.
he just dove in deep, but they have the long-range capabilities, I guess, to be able to kill PPD, so that was actually quite well played. And now that Tier 2
Dire's
tower's taken
bottom
out,
tower
Resolution
has fallen.
will rapidly rotate to defend
Radiant's
mid,
top
and
tower
a
is
couple other
under
heroes
attack.
perhaps to defend top. And sure enough, 2 TPs. They're good. Fear, what's he doing here?
That was so scary. PPD was in his base, and they just kind of murdered him. And his teammates are like, "Oh, that's life. You gotta move on, man."
On the wrong side of the tracks, friend. There is no help to save here. Aloha Dance is getting Glimmer Cave.
It's a really good item against PG's lineup.
Super early. Why do you think he's going for that?
Because just the amount of magic damage that PG have, if he can cast it on the Bloodseeker, who's not going for a BKB off the bat, who went for the SMY instead, you can get him alive. Alright, I said it was unlikely, but AUI is getting the Ags faster than Fear is. Like, what kind of world do I live in where AUI just keeps doing this?
Yeah. So, Ags, the break mechanic that's going to be able to be applied to both the Dragon Knight, eliminated Dragon Blood, as well as the Bloodseeker with his It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid counters.
Resolution has a BKB, so he should still be really tanky, and
Resolution.
Sumail might be the hero.
Long jump over to the left-hand side. He actually it's Yoki. Sumail will have enough to be able to TP out.
Fear's seeking out too. They're just all getting out of here. This is so awkward. Sumail has his Bloodstone now, so whatever fights they take, if they can take any sort of advantage, Bloodstone is the snowball item of snowball items.
Hanging a little hot dance, but if they really want to kill him, they need counter mission and the stuns. Just kind of jumps them, pushes them back. DPD's hiding out. Not going to be able to do anything, but he's hiding.
He's only level 7. I think he's just trying to stay off the map.
Radiant's middle
boring us in
tower
your
is
base.
under
At the
attack.
same time, if they overcommit for this bottom push, he can just measure their next creep wave, and they can force the defense from there on. I think Empire's next move is probably go for Roshan.
Especially with all the control they have. I mean, both the Tier 1 and Tier 2 towers are down at middle and bottom. That just completely takes away the dire side advantage over Roche, essentially.
AUI did a good job of keeping up in
Just
this
Echo
game.
Slam. Oh my god.
Did he? Did he?
He walked out, Echo slammed the wave.
That's probably not even bad, in all honesty.
Just quickly cut the wave without being caught.
What are the odds that he
Radiant's
actually...
top
Thing
tower
is,
is
Empire
under
didn't really
attack.
care too much about that. They weren't trying to go for a push and bottom.
EG are gonna want to defend this, but they're too far, and Sumail's going for it right
Oh,
now.
Jesus, the attempted grab. No, they're not able to get it already. Sumail is done for Universe goals as well. They don't even manage to
Radiant
drop the Aegis
structures
on
are
Yoki.
fortified.
That was so close, though.
That was, if they had actually had just slightly better
Radiant's
timing
top
with the
tower
jump
has
and the
been
hook shot.
denied.
That was just half a second, maybe even. Silent was smart, too. He threw out the stun, as Roshan was dying, to guarantee that.
One jump on a little hot dance. They get the kill. He just presumed Glimmer Cape was good enough, but that burst damage.
He doesn't have a
lightning.
level of rifle.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
It's not necessarily normal, but I think it's perfectly acceptable. I mean, you won maxed out Decay. There's no question about that. Same goes with Tombstone, and ever since the change-up with Soul Rift, where it's no longer 5, 10, 15, 20 units, 20 units just is kind of absurd. So it's like a lot of times you're just like, why do I really need Soul Rip level 4? Like level 2 is usually good enough.
When are you ever going to see that many zombies stacked up?
Yeah, exactly. Like when are you ever going to see like just that many units in general, right? It's like, has to be multiple creep waves clashing in together in general.
Okay, that makes
So,
sense.
but since that change up, now it's only 16 units. And also as you level it up, the damage slash heal gets better. So even if you still do not get that many units, it's still more powerful to level it up.
Okay. I figured at least one value point would be okay, though.
Yeah.
The damage amp. It's just so good.
No, I definitely agree. Maybe he thinks that he's just not going to be able to, because it's all about the distance, right?
Yeah, he's probably just standing in the back.
So he feels like he's not going to be able to take range of the heroes that are really important. Storm Spirit and Queen of Pain.
I like that Sumail still went for that, though. It makes him unique as a player. He played for the win there, rather than the slow loss.
Yeah, let's go for the him and Universe going for the jump. PPD, no, he's going to be run down by a crazy dragon. Dragon tailed up, burst down, can't even get off the Fisher. Good golly, Miss Molly.
You think Empire will push now? I guess they don't have to wait for anything, really. They've got the Aegis, they've got a Hyperstone up on their Dragon Knight. He's got a BKB and Blink Dagger. He's had those for quite some time. Yoki has a BKB of his own and he's level 16. I guess you could wait for the Aghanim to go silent if you really wanted to, but even then, that's not a
Yeah, I totally agree with them pushing uphill.
Dyer's
I mean, as
middle
time
tower
goes on, it
is
just
under
opens
attack.
just more
Dyer's structures are
opportunities for
fortified.
EG to
Here comes the Ag, something. Ag Shadow Demon.
Yeah, Resolution. Jumps here, they throw everything they have to be able to pop in the
Did
Glimmer
you
Cape.
forget your
Not even the
safe
Soul Rip was there in
word?
time.
That damage was insane. Like the Demonic Purge.
So now he's got the 3 different charges, Demonic Purge. He's able to do 900 damage with his ultimate alone to one hero. Plus breaking and slowing them down an absurd amount. Pretty good.
Really good against the Bloodseeker, too. If you can just slow him down in these fights when he pops his BKB. I mean, EG are definitely still in this. They blew up Resolution really quickly. I think Resolution just way overestimated the amount of tankiness that he had and this type of support that he could get. There's no real follow-up from Empire. It's really slow. Like, you've got a Bloodseeker who can rupture, yeah, but it's not just going to blindly chase up there even with the Aegis and the BKB. And you've got a Lina who doesn't have an Aghanim or a BKB quite yet. Like, he has the Ag but no BKB, so he definitely doesn't want to overextend it. That's the easiest way to lose this game. EG, they just did that really smart.
Funny, we had that play just Resolution gonna be jumping. He's moving forward. He actually has the Echo Slam, but the Glimmer Cape is there. Resolution is fine. Now actually blinks forward, trying to go for Sumail, knowing that he's completely out of mana. He's gonna try and take advantage of this one. AUI is coming in. Can they get a Fiend's Grip or something? Anything, AUI. That's gonna be their catch instead. They would have much preferred to get the Sumail Storm Spirit, but they'll just have to content themselves with the rather farmed AUI 2000.
That was so smart by Sumail to just go for that
Radiant's
mini
middle
roll after
tower
the stick
is under
and then
attack.
TP because he realizes that there's enough distance between him and the other heroes. AUI, self-sacrifice as usual, completely okay with that trade. Just gotta keep Sumail alive as long as you can to keep this game going. Give yourself as many options as you can to come back. Run past each other,
Silence! This is why it's okay with them pushing in, because EG are just... they're finding openings. I mean,
Radiant's
EG,
bottom tower is
they're a
under
team of
attack.
winners. Even in a situation where they're massively behind like this, they still know how to find openings. Fiend's Grip was already used on Sumail. Seems like they just did not have enough hold time. Empire just playing very scattered right now, and EG are just these very pointed strikes at Empire that are able to find openings.
I think they got a little bit too competitive after that mid-tower push when they lost Resolution immediately.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, we can't really do anything, but their cores are actually incredibly soft. This is just going to be another kill.
Dance goes down as well. This is kind of crazy. They've now got Storm Spirit, who has a Bloodstone and soon to be Linken's.
The lead is dipping. The experience lead is going all the way down from 5k. The gold is well within reach for EG. 10k is not that unfathomable for them to return. And I mean, Empire looked like they had every advantage in the world. That Roche fight was disastrous for Sumail and Universe, who both got picked off, and they were by their base. Still, I mean, Empire still not able to close this out, and they're starting to get picked apart a little bit. And that's kind of the issue with Lina as a one position. You're putting so much gold into a hero that has 1300 HP and 5 armor.
No matter how much net worth you have, it could just be instantly wiped away.
They're going to go for it now. They're going to consolidate their power, and I think they're kind of tired of it. And maybe they're even a little bit antsy and saying, we don't want to continue to be in this position, but...
I feel like they really should go for a smoking.
Yeah, maybe. I think they're kind of a little bit scattered right now. They don't really understand how they aren't winning this game harder.
They almost have that assault cuirass. Like, it's so
Radiant's
close.
top tower is
Probably
under
should wait
attack.
for the level 16 on the Dragon Knight and the AC, especially if you're this close. They're only... Is it the recipe off? No, it's actually just the Prism
Radiant's
off.
top
They're really close to
tower is
it.
under attack.
I can't help but feeling like I still would have preferred the mech on the low hits.
Yeah,
Especially against the pure damage of the Sonic Wave.
it's really not doing very much. The Glimmer Cape.
Yeah.
He used it on Resolution in that mid push.
Radiant's top
actually had
tower
no
is under attack.
Alright, so if whether or not Resolution wants to pump his ultimate here, he's so close to 6.
They've got Solar Crest on the
Dyer's
Bloodseeker,
bottom
so they
tower is
can
under
really
attack.
amp up Resolution a
Radiant's
lot.
top tower is under
He actually
attack.
blinks forward. Hook shot, they're going to back there. Resolution maybe pushed too far forward. He's going to pop his BKB. Universe, his life is sacked. Meanwhile, the feeds grip on a PPD. Yogi almost able to finish him off. Now starts backing himself up, letting PPD go. Meanwhile, the Laguna Blade actually pops here immediately. Always one play. Nice Silver actually healed him up. Now the Rain Sack almost brings him back to full HP. Sumail still has a little bit of mana to work with. Always one fly trying to chase him down, but a good Soul Crash actually keeps him blind down. Sumail gets hit by the Dragon Tail. Empire gets hit by the Sonic Wave. The PPD misses out on that Echo Slam, which is just a little bit too late for that one. Always want to fly. Sleeping on PPD. Universe starts moving forward. Doesn't have a hook shot for another 15 seconds, but maybe he can still find this kill. Doesn't look like the rest of the team's backing themselves up. Lina's been maybe caught. TP out. Okay, he's good. Empire, I would say, very clean fight.
That was so close for them losing that fight, but I think they overcommitted for the Dragon Knight, thinking they could have a repeat performance of what happened mid, but this time around he gets his BKB off. Universe immediately overcommitted and died for that, but he had to. And then the important thing for once is that Silent was there dealing damage. In the previous fights, he was way too far back or he just wasn't in position to deal any damage, but this time just immediately kills Fear using that ultimate, and you gotta respect the Lina still.
They forced a lot of buybacks there. That was the Queen of Pain as well as the Clockwork, both buying back.
They didn't get anything out of it either.
No. The Lincolns is coming in for Sumail, so he's going to be able to jump really aggressively into Empire.
He won't have buyback, but and Empire's going to hit a really good timing where their Dragon Knight has a DD rune.
Dyer's
BKB
bottom
is knocked
tower
out. He's got the
is
level
under
3 Elder Dragon form. I think this is their
They really
kinda
want
cue.
Roche, yeah.
You wait for it? I think you do. There's no,
Yeah, I mean, they know it's got to be so close to coming up.
oh no, I always want to fly. Just pop in there.
Just peek your head. You know it's within the next minute. 100%.
Okay, I think they just want to time it. Or I think they think it's more important. BG know this push is coming though. They scouted out the Roshan. They should be in position for
They're
this.
going for the double evasion. See that?
Yeah.
Dyer's bottom barracks are under
So
attack.
they've got both the Talisman as well as Solar Crest. Jump out of sounds like a try to pop in first. Sumail actually goes for Resolution, who immediately pops BKB in response to that aggression. Nothing really happens there. Sonic Wave goes out. Now he starts with an PPD. Angle Slam now lands out of Silent, but he's still not enough to finish off any of these heroes. Silent's still ready to go with his Laguna Blade as Sumail and Fear both start running themselves away. The racks are exposed,
Radiant's
and
top
Empire
tower
will just
is under
content
attack.
themselves with these
Dyer's
buildings.
bottom barracks has fallen.
And that seems to be it. Empire, one laner racks up, start moving over to the middle lane. I mean, that was a lot blown. They have another Sonic Wave in 10 seconds, 30 seconds till the clock works back up.
The tower's so
Dyer's
low, and they
middle
know that
tower has fallen.
Sumail just purchased his
Sumail. He's got the Lincoln so he's okay for the time being. Another good Sonic Wave actually hitting on 3. Silent is the light strike array. Lohan Dance pull back. There goes the Laguna Blade, plus the Dragon Tail on top. Sumail actually does go down. Trying to get out, Lohan Dance heals himself up, turns around with the decay, but finally does die. Champ stuck on the ground, but nobody actually wants to try and recover that one. It'll be given away to Evil Geniuses, but still they got Sumail, they got the melee Rex in mid lane on top of that.
Yeah, being able to take the melee Rex, 2 sets of Rex gone. The range 1 is alive, but that's the lesser of the 2. You don't really care if you take that because you'll get it in the next push anyways. EG, they're in a position right now where they couldn't afford to lose the mid-Rex on top of that. Like, if they could have somehow repelled Empire and maybe held on and Sumail doesn't die there, the comeback potential is still alive. But this just means if they mess up one time, the game is over. Fear has bought out. Sumail won't have buyback. Whatever the next fight they decide to take will probably determine the game. I think they want to just go for a YOLO smoke, hope that it goes well, and if it doesn't, then that's the game. But don't just sit in your base and let what just happened happen.
And don't let Empire determine the tempo of this game any further. You gotta go out on your terms. Butterfly is now complete for the Bloodseeker. So you've got the 30% evasion from Solar Crest, 35% from Butterfly. EG makes that smoke. Sumail reveals himself. A couple of pings go out. They know that was a smoke. They're going to jump in now for Universe on an illusion. Oh, Fear in the background. Fear actually trying to go on a low hop in. That's not enough. Big life strike where they're actually able to pop AUI immediately. Now going for Universe as well. The damage, not quite there. Still a go to Blade for the top. Now the Ghoul Scepter on to Sumail to get the light strike array. Dragon Tail once again. Sumail ball lightning away. He gets some distance. He'll be able to get out. TBD throws out an ankle slam, but it's over. EG call it, and Empire finally get a win, a big one against EG to even out this series 1-1, kind of keeping their hopes alive.
It wasn't the prettiest, but Empire got the job done. This was a lead where they finally kind of secured stuff. It wasn't a blown one. They played solid with 1 or 2 hiccups.